Hello guys, welcome once again. My name is Kobe and this is Kaetech Digital. Now in this part of our tutorial, what we are going to do is we're going to create the sermons archive page, the event archive page, and then we also create the single event page and then the single sermons page. So this is how the sermons archive page looks like. Okay, so as you can see, this is a place where you display all your sermons over here. And also when you go check the event, this is how the event archive page also look like. This is how it looks like. Okay, so this is a place where you display all events. Okay, all events that you create, you have to have a place to display them. So this is how a place where you display all events. So it's very simple page. And then also this is how the single event page looks like. Okay, this is how the single event page looks like. So all these things we have to create them from scratch. We have to custom create them so that it will pull every event into the page that we create. Okay, and then if you look at the sermons archive page also, or the single sermons page, this is how it also looks like. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it looks like. So we have to create this page also. Okay, so that is exactly what we are coming to do. We are coming to create the sermons archive page, the sermons single sermon page, and then we also create the event archive page and then the single event page. Okay, that is it. So without wasting my time, let's get into it. Now I'm gonna go to the back end of the website that we are dealing with, and this is exactly the website that we are dealing with. So if you go to the sermons archive page, this is how it looks like. Okay, so it's not something that is nice for us to use, right? And if you go to the event also page, this is how it also looks like. Nothing to show proper. Okay, so we have to display the events over here. Okay, so let's just go over there, and when you click on maybe the event, you're gonna see how it displays. Okay, so this is how it's going to display. So we're gonna start with event first. Let's start with the event archive page first. So let's look at how the event archive page looks like. This is exactly how it looks like. Okay, very simple. A hero section over here with some header details over here, and then we display some events over here. So let's get into it. So we're gonna go back to our theme builder over here. So I'm gonna go back to the theme builder, and then we're going to create an archive page. So we come over here, click on archive. There is no archive over here, so we click on add new, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this one. Okay, and I'm going to add a container over here, and then with this container I'm going to just give it a top padding. So I'm going to give it a top padding of 80, a bottom padding of 80 over here, and then what I'll do is I'll also give it a minimum height of, let's say, 400. Okay, 400 pixel, and then I'll come to style over here, give it a background. Okay, so let's see what the background looks like. So background is like people's on stage over there, right? So I'm gonna come over here, give it a background image. Okay, so I'm gonna look for let's say we are using this one. Okay, or let's use this particular one over here. So I'm going to look for this one. You use this one over here, and then I'll give it a background overlay. So with the overlay, I'm going to choose this theme accent, and then I'll just increase the opacity, okay, to like, let's say 89 or 90 or 0.9. Okay, so this is basically it. And then let's see how this one. So inside we have Grace Rich Church, and then our event over here. So I'm gonna go straight away over here, click over here, and then what I'll do is I'll drag in something over here, and I'll just say let me just copy this whole thing over here, and then come over here, and I'll just paste this one over here, and I'll cut this one off. Okay, so it's going to be this one, and let me just style it. So I'll put it in the middle. Just change this one to enter. Okay, and then change this one to, like, let's say 20 or maybe 30. Okay, so 30 is quite okay, and then I'll change this one to white. All right, so we have this one over here. Now I'll come over here to the main container, click on the 6 dot over here, go to layout, and I'll position everything in the center just like that. And then over here I'll give it an 800, okay, pixel. So the width will be 800, and I'm going to duplicate this this one over here, and I'll put in our event over here, and with this one I'll give it 65. So it's going to be something like this, right? So it looks similar to what we have over here. Okay, so basically I can also reduce this one to like 25. Okay, so something like this is quite okay. So now we have this one. Now let's go to the main container, install some of these images over here. So we're gonna put this one center. We say no repeat, and then we put it on cover. Okay, so it will be something like this. All right, so now we have our heading over here. Now let's come over here to where we display the event. So we have event over here that we're going to display. Okay, so if you like, you see the way we've displayed the event on the home page, the way we have it over here. Where is it? Here, over here. Yeah, we can go ahead and even edit this place over here. We just edit it, and then we copy that part where we display the event into the archive page. So we just don't want to style everything, we just don't want to do anything, we just copy and paste it over here, and then we change some few settings over there. So let's go ahead and then come straight over here, and then over here we can just come and copy this whole container, come over here, and we paste it over here. So it's gonna be something like this, right? So now we have our archive page. So I want to just unlink the padding over here, and then give it an 80 pixel pixel padding on the top, 80 pixel padding at the bottom. So now we have something like this that we can be able to play with. So now let's go inside this one and check the settings over here. So the columns is 2 items per page. We can increase it to like maybe 12, okay, so that there'll be more items over here. And then pagination, we can have numbers or previous or next, depending on how many the items are, okay. And then advanced options, nothing found message, you can put toggle this one on and put something over here. All right, so now I think everything is quite okay. Let's check it on the mobile side also, or the tablet, and then we go to the mobile side, so we can check everything over here. So I'm going to just give it top 40, right 20, bottom 40, left 20. Okay, so something like this, right? All right, so on the tablet I can even decide to make the columns to be maybe 1. Okay, so on the tablet the columns will be 1, so it shows properly well. Okay, so if this one is okay, we move on to the next one. Also over here everything looks fine. We just have to just reduce the sizes of these ones. Okay, so make it 47, and then also reduce this one to like, let's say 18, right? And then go to the layout and reduce the minimum height a little bit. So this is quite okay. So now we are good to go, so we can go ahead and publish it. Now once you click on publish, it will tell you to set a display condition for this particular template. So we're gonna click on add a condition, and we say, where do we want to put this archive this template. You want to put it on event archive over here. So you see this one which says event, so we under it we say event archive, and then we save, and then that is all. So now if we come to let's see, okay, so I'm gonna view this page again, and if we come to event right now, let's check event. You see now we have event like this. Okay, so now you see that this one looks bigger over here, so we can go ahead and then check why this is looking bigger. So we can go over here, go to this place, and you see that this one is full width. We don't want it to be full width, we want it to be box, and we can go ahead and say 1280 pixel. We can give it a minimum width of 1280 pixel, and then we publish it. Now let's come over here and refresh it, and we should have our complete event page done. So this is the event archive page, and this is how you can be able to create it. All right, so now that we are done with our event archive page, let's see how we can also fix our sermons archive page. So this is the sermons archive page. So we also going to go ahead and then go to, I don't want to close this one because I'll use the heading over here. So if I'll use the hero section over here. So if I close it, I need to open it again, and so I want to go back over here, go to Elementor and click on theme builder over here. Okay, and then it will open the theme builder for me. Now I can still go to archive again. Now this is the archive that we created. Okay, so now let's give this archive a name. Okay, so we're gonna go over here and then go to archive settings over here, and then we want to say event archive. All right, so I'm going to publish this one. All right, so if I come over here and then refresh this one, I should be able to see the event archive. You see, this is the name over here. Okay, very good. So now let's go over and add a new archive page, which is the sermon archive page. Okay, so we're going to add the sermon archive page. All right, so for the sermon archive page, we're going to close this one, and also we will come over here, and like I told you, I want to copy this one, so I'll copy it, right click and copy, come over here and paste this one also over here. Okay, so I'm going to do same for this one also. I'll copy it, come over here, and then paste this one also over here. All right, so now over here, instead of our event, we're going to say sermons. Okay, so our sermons. All right, so now if you look over here and look at the sermons page, let's look at the sermons page. Okay, so it says our recent sermons. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one rather and use it over here and say our recent sermons. All right, so this is how we're going to have it. So now we have the top one, and then we can quickly maybe change the image over here to reflect maybe preaching or something. So I can use this pastor over here, pastor's image over here, and that is it. Now let's go into the loop over here. You remember that this loop is different, so we're going to use the sermons loop. Okay, so we're going to use the sermons template loop. Okay, so this is how it looks like, and with this one the column will be just one. Okay, so this one. All right, so let's query it. So if you come over here and then you go to query, we're going to use the sermons. Okay, so that is it. So it's going to show all sermons over here. Okay, and if everything is okay for you, you can go ahead and then publish it. So I mean, yeah, so this is how it looks like. This is exactly how we want it to look like. Now if you go over here to it's going to look like this. If you go to the mobile side also, it's going to be looking like this. Okay, so we can just reduce this one a little bit. So instead of 47, we can say maybe 35. Okay, so this is quite okay. and we can publish it. Now once you are publishing it, it will give you the display condition just like the other one, and then we can set a condition for it. Instead of all archive, we say sermons archive over here, and then we save and then we close. Now we are done with the sermons also. So once we refresh the sermon, this is how we're going to get. Okay, so this is our sermons archive page, and everything looks fine. Everything looks the way we want it. All right, so now we've created the sermons archive page. We've also created the events archive page. Okay, so what we need now is the single event page and then a single sermon page. So if I click over here to learn more, what does it do? It gives me what? It gives me this page over here, which is not a good page for me. So I want to create the single event page, and this is how the single event page looks like. Okay, this is how the single event page looks like. So as you can see over here, this is how the single event page looks like. So we're going to create this page as simple as ABC. So let's go back over here, and then we're going to click. Okay, so let me close this one so I can focus on some few things. So I'm going to come over here, click on theme builder over here. Okay, and then we're going to create a single post. So this is what we want to create, a single post. Okay, so the first single post we're going to create is the event single post. Okay, the event single post. All right, so once we are over here, I'll close this one. Okay, and let's look at how this event single post looks like. So we have the hero section over here, which is just the image of the event. Okay, event featured image. And then we have this section over here. Okay, and then we also have this is a 2-column section. We have this one and this one with the button, and then we have these 2-column sections over here, and then we have related event. So we're gonna go over here, and then yeah, I'm gonna click over here, and then first of all we'll pick a container like this, and I'll give it let's say 400. Okay, to showcase everything over here. And then inside this container, I'll click on style, and then click on background type, and then over here I'll choose the dynamic tag. Okay, and then I'll set the featured image over here. Okay, so because I want to get the featured image. Now it's not displaying because we haven't set some settings yet. So I'm going to click on single post settings over here, and this one I'll say event single event. For the name, single event, single event page. Okay, and then the preview settings, that is where I want. So I'm going to choose event over here, and it will apply to all events. So I will click on apply and preview, and let's see if it will bring yeah. So as you can see, we have this one over here. Okay, so let's go over here and come over here, and then just do some settings. Let's make it center. We use it at default, no repeat, and then we say cover. Okay, so this is how it's going to be like. Okay, so yeah, I think this one is quite okay. Now we can go to advanced, and then we can set some few good. The top should be 40, bottom also should be 40. Okay, so basically we are done over here. All right, so now let's go to the next side, which is going to be like this over here. Now this one also inside here, inside here, I'm going to give it a background. Okay, so with the background I'll set this background for it, and as you can see over here, we have yeah, this particular blue black background over here. Okay, now inside here we have two different containers. Okay, so we're gonna come over here, and I'm going to add two different containers. So I'll scroll down, add one container over here, and duplicate this one, and then I'll come over here, and what I'll do is I'll go to its layout and change the the direction to row horizontal. Now this is how it's going to be like. Okay, this is how it's going to be like. But if you look at this one, it looks exactly like this. So we have the this particular heading over here, that is the post title, a little bit description, that is the summary, and then we have shared event. So I'm going to come over here and change this. Okay, I'm going to change this one. The background, I will choose this background over here. Inside here, okay, so let's come over here, and I'll go to its padding and give it maybe an all-round padding of 40. Okay, and then I'll come over here, and then let's say inside here I'll bring, let's say, a post title over here. Okay, I'll bring a post title over here, and then the link, I'll link it to a post URL. Okay, so I'll go to style over here, or it is of no use because this is the post itself. So I'll go to style over here and change this one to, let's say, inter or playfair, whatever it is. I'll make it like a 55. I'll give it like this. Change this one to this color over here, and we are good to go. So we have this one over here, and let's look at, we have how do you call it, we have two different separators. Okay, so we have this one and this one, and inside this one we have this one. So we're gonna bring our separator. So I'll come over here and our divider. Okay, so I'm gonna use a divider over here. Okay, and I'll choose this as the divider, and for now I'll leave it as it is, but I'll come again and then bring a text editor underneath this divider. Also I'll center it, change this one to the strongest text over here, and change this one to inter. Okay, change this one to inter, make this one 17, or let's say 18. Okay, let me make it 17, right? Make it 17. And then what I'll do again, what do I do again? Yeah, I can duplicate this separator over here and drag it beneath here. So it's gonna be something like this, right? So over here we can reduce the gap. Over here also we can go ahead and remove the gap over here, and with this one also we can go ahead and also remove the margin, give it a top margin like this, and also a bottom margin, negative bottom margin like this. So it's gonna be something like this. Now I can still come over here, and instead of 50 and 40, I can make it like a 50. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this. So we have this one over here. Now the next one is the share event, right? So I'll also come over here, and what I'll do is I'll just come over here and then pick this heading, put it over here. Oh, sorry, put it over here. Okay, I want this divider to be up. Okay, so I'll put this one over here, and I'll say share event. Okay, and I'm going to put the share event in the middle like this, change this one to inter, and then give it like maybe 30. Okay, and then come over here, change this one to this text over here, and then I'm going to bring social or share. Okay, so I'm going to bring the share buttons over here, and underneath is going to come over here, and you can position it any how you want it. Okay, so just like that, we are good to go. I'll center it over here, and as you can see, we have set up this one. Now if you look at this one, this one pushes up a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna do so. So we will click over here and we give it a negative margin of, let's say, an 80, right? So let's give it a negative margin of, let's say, 120. Okay, and then this particular one over here, we can set the height for it. So let's increase the height a little bit, so like maybe okay, so I'm going to just leave it as it is. So I'm not going to, give it any height. But once we, we start, dealing with it, the height will come itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here, go to advanced, and unlink the padding, give a padding of 480 over here, and give a bottom padding of 80 also over here. So this is how it's going to be. And then over here also, I'll just reduce increase it. This one is negative 120. I'll give it negative 160. So it's gonna be something like this. All right, so once we are done over here, we can start designing the other one. So over here also, I'm gonna give it an all-round padding of, let's say, 40. Okay, all-round padding of 40. And then over here, let's look at how this one. So this one have the event title, the event details over here. So this is event details. Okay, and these ones are all single things that we can put in. So what I did was I clicked over here and then drag in a container. Okay, so I dragged in a container, duplicate the container 2 times. Okay, here I placed in let me just duplicate this one, and drag this one over here. Okay, and then I'll paste in the event details, and I'll come over here, put it over here, change this one to white. Okay, so as you can see, this is event details over here, just like we have for this one. So the only thing I'll do is I'll just reduce the size a little bit to like maybe 25. Okay, so basically it. Now inside this one also we will have some other details. So we have the date, we have the time, we have location, right? We have date, time, and then location. So what we are going to do is it's also work the way we are working. So over here, I'm going to just click on this one, and then I will drag in a container inside. Okay, and then inside this container, I will just copy this one, paste it over here. Okay, paste it over here, and this is going to be the date. Okay, so it's going to be the date. I'm going to just put date over here, right? And I'll just reduce the size. So I'm going to make it like an 18. So date. So this is the date, right? Date. Now this container, I'll make it row horizontal so that I can put another thing over here. So I'll duplicate this one also, and then over here I'll remove whatever it is in it, and I'll click on this dynamic tag. Okay, so let's see what is over there. The date of the event date. So I'll click over here and go to ACF, click on the settings icon, and then we're gonna go event date, event start date. Okay, so that is what we will use, event start date. All right, so now we've done the event start date. Let's go over here and then do some few settings. So instead of 600, I'm going to reduce it to 400, and if you like, you can reduce the everything over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go over here and then unlink the padding all around it. Okay, and then I'll also duplicate this one. So I'm going to duplicate this one also. Okay, so now this is also, this is, you're not seeing it, but the moment you refresh it, you're gonna see the changes. Okay, so this is also going to be what is going to be time. Okay, so time, right? So let me just copy this one and come over here and just put in time over here. Okay, and this one is going to be event time. Okay, event time. All right, so I'm going to duplicate this one also, and this is going to be location. Okay, location. So I'm going to come over here, click on this one, change this one to location, and this one will come over here, change this one also to location. Okay, so now we have this one all set up. So event details and all that, we've set it up. All right, so I'm going to click over here, go to this place, and then remove the padding and make it like 5 or 0. Okay, do same for this one. Also remove the gaps over here, make it like a 5. Okay, or let me make it like a 10. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this, as you can see. So this one you can remove the padding also, and this one also you can remove the padding also. Okay, so yeah, so we have this one now. Don't worry about why it's not showing and all those things. Okay, we can go ahead and then just refresh the page and everything will be all right. But let's just maintain the what we have over here. Now if you go over here also, we have a button over here. Okay, so we can bring the button also inside this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to just duplicate this container also, and this time around I'm going to remove everything from this container. I'm going to remove everything inside this container. So I'll delete everything from this container and I'll put a button inside it. So I'm going to drag a button inside this one. Okay, so it's going to be something like this, and I'll click over here. So over here I'll say maybe register. Okay, so register now. So register now, and then the link is going to be the ACF link, which is going to be the event registration link over here. Okay, remember we have event registration link, so that is going to be our link, and then if somebody clicks on it, it's going to have effect over there. So we're going to come over here and then let's just remove all border radius, come over here and use this particular color. Want to choose the color here, this green color over here, and we can set up whatever thing that we want to set up. So I'm going to change this one to Inter. I'm going to change this one to 18. Okay, and I'll just give a top and bottom padding. I'll give a top padding of 10. Okay, so this is quite okay, so that there will be a little bit of space. Now if I come over here, I can also come here and then give it a hover color also. So with the hover, I'll say the color should be this one, and then the hover animation should be bob. All right, so once we are done, I think we are okay. Now for now I want to go ahead and do the next one, which is the ones that is over here, the event description, the speakers, and then this one. Then we do the event related event, and then we are done. So let's go ahead and fix that one. All right guys, so let's quickly go down over here and start creating the next section over here. Now like I told you, do not worry too much about this place. Now once we refresh it, everything will come back to life, but I don't want to publish. Now they will let me to set conditions and all those things. That's why I'm leaving it now. And then I'll come over here and we're gonna fix the next one. So this is the next section over here, also very simple to do. So I'm gonna come over here and pick this section over here. Now I'll come over here and then set this one as 2080, 1280, sorry. Go to advanced, unlink the padding over here, and then give it an 80 pixel, give it an 80 pixel bottom. Come over here and also add two different containers in it. I'm going to duplicate this one and then click on this one and then go to its layout, set the direction to row horizontal to be 2, just like this. Now the left section is going to be the event description. Okay, so I'll copy this one, come over here, click on this one, and what I'll do is let me just even duplicate this one and then drag this one into this one, and then over here I'll say event description. Okay, so just like that, and then I'll go to here and then put it over here like this, right? I can decide to also increase this one to like 35. Okay, and then the same thing applies to here. I'll duplicate this one and then I'm going to drag this divider underneath this one. So it's going to be something like this, right? And with this one also, I think this one we did not set it up. Okay, so that is a mistake I did. With this one we can click over here and then use dynamic tag over here. So we come over here and then go to ACF over here, click here, event summary. So this is going to be the event summary. Okay, so it's going to be the event summary over here. So I'm going to also copy this one, come over here and paste it over here. Oh, let me undo this one. I wanted to copy this, come over here and then paste it over here. Okay, yeah, so this one is what I need, and then I'll close this one so I can have this one, and then I'll come over here and then unlink this one. Now with this one is going to be event description, right? So I'm going to come over here, click here, and then go to ACF, and then event description. We don't have event description over here. So what we are going to do is we're going to close this one. This is of no use. So we come over here and we click on post content. Okay, so we post content is what we need. Post content over here is what we need. So I'll just delete this one and use the post content. Okay, so I'm gonna just style it a little bit. So I'll use the strongest text over here to style it. Go to this one, change this one to enter. Okay, come over here, change this one to 18 or maybe 17 depending on how you want it, right? Now what again do we have? Okay, we have speakers. Okay, we have speakers. So we have the event speakers. So I'm going to copy this one also, come over here, and with this one I'll also duplicate this one. I'll duplicate this one and then just drag this one over here, and then I'll paste in the event speakers over here, and I'm going to reduce the I'm going to reduce this one to like 25. Okay, 25, the size to like 25. And then with the speakers we have this icon list over here. So I'm going to just copy the click on the plus icon and say icon, and I'm going to use the icon box. Okay, so I'm going to use the icon box. What I'll do is I'll delete this one from here, and then the heading, I'm going to just come over here, click on ACF, come over here, and then see if I'll have event speakers over here. So event speakers is what I'll use. I'm going to click on this one and then search for user. Okay, I'm going to just use this particular user over here, come here, set this one as this, align this way, put it in the middle like this. Okay, and go to icon, change this one to what you want. I'm going to change this one to let me see. Yeah, so I'm going to change this one to something like this one. Okay, so I want to pick this color because it's not making me see the color over there. So I'm going to pick this color and then come over here, change the icon color like this, right? And then the icon size, I can make it like 15 or maybe 25. Okay, or maybe 30. Okay, so 30 is quite okay. The content also over here, I can change this one to the strongest text and then change the typography, okay, to maybe Inter. Okay, and then change this one to 17. Right, the same thing applies to this one. Can change this one to Inter 17. Yeah, so basically I think this is quite okay. Now let's look at the next one. We have the same register button. So we're gonna come over here, and then what we'll do is we just copy this one, and then we're gonna bring it over here and paste it here. All right, so that is it. Now over here we'll add our map over here. So what we are going to do is we're going to search for map. Okay, drag the map over here, and then over here we'll go for ACF over here. So the map has what ACF number or location or field number or whatever it is, so you can just put it in over here. Let me see, ACF field. Let's go over here and we have location over here. Okay, so we can put in our location also over here. So what I will do is I'll click on this one, make sure that this one is positioned in the middle like this. Okay, now the next step is to add the related event. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to copy this one, click on this one, choose this one, and then I'm going to paste this one over here, and I'll do same for this one also, and then paste this one over here. Now I'll put this one in the middle, and then this also I'm going to reduce the size a little bit and put it in the middle. So this one is going to be related event. So I'll paste it. Oh shit, sorry. All right guys, so I'm going to just add related event. So I'm going to just copy this one, come over here, and then paste it inside this one, and I'll say related event. So I'm going to just say 45 related event, and then over here what I'll do is I'll bring in a container, bring in a container inside this one, and then inside this container I'm going to bring in the loop. Okay, so I'll just look for the loop grid. Okay, put it over here, and what I'll do is I'll search for the loop item, which is the event loop, and this one I'm just going to say maybe 1 or 2. Okay, so let's just make it like a 2 event, and okay, so I'm just going to make it just 1. Okay, so just 1. You can even make it a carousel, group carousel, a grid loop carousel, sorry. So I'm just going to show just one. Just going to show just one over here. So I'll click on this one and then just reduce this one a little bit. I'll click on this and then place everything in the middle. Okay, and then let me just click on the loop over here, and I'm going to go to query, and I'll query event. Okay, I'll query event, and the event is going to be here. The event is going to be here. So with this one, I can even make it like an 80. Okay, just this one, right? So now, as you can see, we have a related event over here, and everything is working fine. So I'm going to just give a top of 80, bottom of 80 also over here, and now we are good to go. So now that we've done this, we can go ahead and publish this one. But before you publish this, make sure you set you make sure that everything that you've done, it will be mobile responsive and other stuff. Okay, so responsiveness is very, very important. I don't have my time, so I don't want to go ahead because I've been showing you how the responsiveness and all those things are done. Just click on this one, adjust the settings the way you want it. Okay, adjust the size and everything. Click on this one, do same, also adjust the size and everything, and you are good to go. Okay, I don't want to I've wasted a lot of time over here, so I don't want the video to be too much. All right, so I'm going to publish this one and set a condition for it. So I'm going to just choose event. Okay, so the condition will be event, and then all event or single, like you just want to capture one, we say all. Okay, and then we say save and close. All right, so now let's go to this event. Okay, and just refresh it. And now, guys, as you can see, everything is now showing over here. Okay, so all the things that did not come is now showing over here. So we can adjust this height and all those things a little bit. So we can come over here. Okay, with this one, we can adjust the height to like maybe 400. Okay, 400 pixel. So let's go over here. This is the height right now. Let's go over here and adjust the size. So as you can see, now it is taking shape. We can go again and adjust it to, let's say, 600. Want it to be like a little bit taller. It should have height. Okay, so now as you can see, this one is it has taken shape now. So since everything is now working properly fine, then we are good to go. We are done with the event. Like I said, make sure you make it mobile responsive. Okay, so we are done with the event. We have the single event page, we have the event archive also page. Okay, so now everything looks fine. Now let's go to the other page, which is the I'm gonna click on this one, the other page, which is the single sermon page. Okay, the single sermon page. So we're gonna go to single post over here, and we have single event. So we click on this one to add another page, for another post page for the sermon. Okay, now how does the sermon page looks like? This is how it looks like. Single sermon page looks like this. It looks like this. Very, very simple, right? Just have this one, you have these things over here, and then you have video, and then you have share, and then you are good to go. Okay, so that is what the single sermon page. Now over here, I'm going to just close this one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this one, come over here and paste it over here. So I just want to copy some of the things in the event side. Okay, I'll copy this one also. I'll copy this one also, copy it, come over here and then paste it also over here. Okay, so just to make our work so easy. Okay, so now over here what I'll do is I'll click on this one, go to style over here, and this is featured image, right? Let's look at the event featured image. So you have this one with the featured image with the title over here, and then this one. Okay, so we're gonna come over here and we will go first to this place. Okay, and then change this one to sermon, right? Sermon. Oh no, yeah, sermon single sermon post. Okay, so single sermon. Okay, so that is it. Now I also go over here and click on this one and choose sermon over here, click on apply. All right, so as you can see, this is a single sermon over here. So this particular one over here that we give how do you call it, a padding and all that, not this one that we give not a padding, but we give, let me go over here, click over here, this one that we give how do you call it, a margin. Okay, I'm going to remove that margin. Okay, I remove that margin, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just duplicate this one, and I'll delete. Let's see, yeah, so I'm going to delete this one because I won't need it. And okay, so this one I'm going to put it on top of this one. Okay, and I'm going to delete this ones also. I'm going to delete this ones also. All right, let's see how this one looks like. Okay, so you have something like this, right? So I'll go over here and come here and then just remove this one and remove this one, so we have something like this. Okay, so once we have something like this, let's click over here. So I want to bring this over here, so this one will go down. Yes, all right. So also I will delete this. Okay, and I'll also delete everything inside here. All right, so now we only have this one, which we are going to use for these things over here. Okay, we're going to use for these things over here. So what we are going to do is we're going to go over here and then we copy this one, come over here and we paste it over here. Okay, we're going to paste it over here. So this particular, we're going to make it like this, so that it's going to be something like this. So over here we have the, we want to click here, and instead of choosing event, we will say sermon speaker over here. Okay, because that is the speaker for the sermon. So this particular reverend, whatever it is, will come over here, and then we can go ahead and then also do it. But I still want to delete, I still want to go over here and delete this one. Okay, the reason why is I want to put something different over here. So I'll search for list, icon list over here, and put it over here. Okay, now let me just go over here and remove this one, so it's going to be something like this, and click on the list over here, and I'm going to make it this way, and then go over here and put everything in the middle like this. So it's going to be something like this. Come over here, and then I'm going to set everything one after the other. So this is going to be the pastor, so I'm going to use a user over here, a user with a tie or something, you know, somebody wearing let's solve it. Okay, so I'm going to just use this one over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and go to ACF over here, choose the settings over here, and I'll say sermon speaker will be here. Okay, so sermon speaker will be there. I'll go to style, I'll go to icon, I'll choose the color for the icon. Okay, and then you know, just increase the icon a little bit, so like maybe 25. Yeah, 25 is quite okay. The text also, come over here, choose inter, we choose inter, we change this one to 16. Okay, and then we come over here, we change it to white. All right, so this is how it's going to be. So we have one set up. Now we're going to go to the next one over here, and what do we have over here? We have the minutes, and then we also have the category. Okay, so we're going to come over here, and then click on this one, go over here, the ACF, we click on it, we choose what we have, so duration over here, then we choose this one, and then we look for clock. We're going to choose this one. Okay, and we are done over here. We come over here, and then we choose this one, folder or something. So let's look for folder. I'm going to choose this one, close it, come over here, and then we are looking for post terms. So the post terms over here, we click over here, and the terms we want to say category. Okay, so it's going to be category. So now this one is also done. Everything is quite okay. All right, so now let's quickly go ahead, and then over here also I want to just say maybe remove something from all around, give here 2, 20, give here 20. Okay, so now what else do we have to do? We have to do this you know, sermon content, and then the video. Okay, so let's come over here and click on this one, choose a container for it, come to this, you know, the advance of it, give it a top padding of 80, bottom padding of 80, and then over here we will say what sermon outline, okay, or sermon description, or whatever it is. But if you look at the other sermon also, it doesn't say outline. Let's look at what it says. Okay, so it doesn't say anything. It means that there is nothing over there. Okay, so all what we need to do is to come and then put in the post content over here, and that is it. So we come over here, and then we give it the strongest text. We come over here, we change this one to inter. We come over here, we change this one to maybe 17, and we are good to go. Now the next one for us to do is basically what I was supposed to do was to just put in a container inside here, duplicate the container to be 2, and then drag this one inside this one, and then over here we put in what do you call it, a video into it. So we're going to put in a video over here, and then we'll click over here, and we go to ACF URL field. Okay, we click over here, and then we choose the sermon video URL, right? The sermon video URL that we used, and we place it over here. Okay, so now it will be done. Now next one for us is to do the related okay, so for us to do the watch more sermon. So I'm going to come over here, and then what I'll do is I'll copy this whole thing, come over here, and then paste it over here, right? So once I'm over here, I'll say watch more sermons, right? So I'll just copy this one, come over here, this one, and then paste it over here, watch more sermons. And then over here, which is the loop, okay, which is the loop. So we're going to change it to a different loop. So we're going to change it to the sermon loop over here. So as you can see, this is going to be our sermon loop, and we can go ahead and increase, the size and everything of it. So let's say I want to make it 100% over here. So, and then I can just go ahead over here. So this is the loop, and query it to include the sermon. Okay, so now we have a sermon loop done. So I think everything is done. The only thing we have to do is to set this one well. So over here, I'm going to come over here and then put everything in the middle. This one also, I'm going to come over here and change this one to white. Okay, and then with this one, I'm also going to go to style and give it a overlay. And with the overlay, we're going to use the theme over here and set it to 75 or maybe 65. Let's say 65. All right, so this is quite okay. And then we can come over here and even make it like a 500. Okay, so this is quite okay. And with this one, it's too big, so I can come over here and remove this one, make it like a 2 or something. Let's see how this one looks like. Okay, so this one doesn't really have anything. Okay, so we can just, let me see this one also. Oh, okay, so this one have that kind of, yep. Okay, so this one looks good, this one looks okay. So we can go ahead and publish it, and then we set a condition for it. We set it to sermons over here, and then we click save and close. Now let's go ahead and see our sermons, and then click to see. Yes, so as you can see, it looks good over here, and we are good to go. So now we have our single sermon page also done. We have all the other pages done. So we have events page done, we have sermons page done. So all the ones that you need to customize it, we've been able to do all of them, and then we are good to go. So this brings us to the end of this particular video. Now I want you guys to go on and then do the mobile responsive for the home page, do the do the about page, do the ministries page. Okay, if you look at all those pages, they are not anything that you cannot do. This is how the about page looks like. At this stage that we are, you should be able to do the about page. This is how the about page looks like. It looks very simple. Okay, and this is how the ministries page also looks like. It also looks very simple, right? You just copy the whole thing from the home page, and then just do some few editing over here, and you add this particular one which is from the home page to this page, and that is all. Okay, and then the single ministries page also, it's also not anything which is so difficult. With this one, it is just one template which you just be changing things in it. Okay, and that is it. So Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Like I told you, if you want this whole template, you can be able to get it from templateseller.com. Okay, templateseller.com. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys, and then you can go over there to get the template. The template is there. It is this particular first template over here, Grace Church template. So just go ahead and then get a template for yourself. Thank you for watching. My name is Kobe. See you in the next video, and this is Kaetech Digital. Bye bye.